Right, the 5 stages of customer awareness, and we're really getting into the detail now and the psychology of selling and the proof that one landing page for all of your potential customers is not going to cut it, and this is why. Out there are a ton of customers, and they all have different levels of awareness. A man called Eugene Schwartz wrote a book called Breakthrough Advertising, which, if you're lucky, you can get for around $800 or pounds on Amazon these days. It's a Bible. It's a big old book, but we can condense it down and take certain parts of it, such as the 5 stages of awareness, which is used by every marketer, every advertiser around the world. So what are the 5 stages of awareness? Well, it's really understanding that everybody out there, whoever you're selling to, has a different awareness of their problem. Remember, you're solving a problem with your funnel. Your offer, your solution is a problem to be solved. Your solution will solve their problem. But not everybody is at the same stage of awareness of that problem. And you can waste an awful lot of time if you don't understand this, time and money. But you can also get much quicker, higher value conversions if you do understand it and target the right people. So Eugene Schwartz's point was that you can't create mass desire, which is a contentious argument. But he argued, and the majority of successful marketers will agree, you can't create mass desire. So you can't create global requirement or desire to drink Coca-Cola or have an Apple iPod. Mass desire exists in the populace, which you can tap into, and what you can do is channel that desire into what you are selling. And again, this comes back to how aware people are of that problem. So not everybody is aware of the problem that they want an iPod, but Apple and Steve Jobs marketed it so that they targeted a specific customer who was specifically aware of the problem that they had, and they sold it with an iPod. So they didn't create that mass desire. The desire already existed. What they did is channel that desire into a solution that they offered by picking up on the particular level of awareness of a particular type of customer. And again, we come back to having to focus all the time on your perfect customer and how aware they are of what their problem is. So if you haven't got that question on your customer avatar, your perfect customer, how aware are they of their problem? Now's the time to add it. So how aware is your perfect customer? Now, if your perfect customer is not aware they've got a problem, they're not your perfect customer. You know, the perfect customer for what you're selling is somebody who knows what they want, has found you, and they're ripe for conversion. And that's what we're going to talk about here. So, okay, how do we speak to these different types of people? The first one is the unaware customer, and these people are not worth your time. People suffer because they're overweight. I always insult people when I give this list, so apologies if I'm talking to you personally. I don't mean it, but they might be overweight, they might be out of work, not enough money, don't spend enough time with their kids, their wife, their husband, they don't have enough holidays, they haven't got a big enough house, a big enough car, they haven't got a computer, they haven't got a website, they haven't got whatever it might be. They are not even aware of the problem. And a lot of people you will see on social media particularly fall into this category. They are not aware of the problem at all. They don't even accept that they're overweight. Even when they look in the mirror and see they're overweight, they don't accept they've got a problem. They don't accept they want to give up smoking. They're not even aware that it's not that they've chosen not to give up smoking. They're not even aware that they have a problem with smoking or drinking or whatever it might be. You will spend an eternity trying to convince people that they have a problem. Trying to convince a person who smokes that likes smoking that they should give up smoking is not worth the time of day. You know, if you want to target people who want to give up smoking, they're aware they've got a problem. So those customers who are not aware that they have a problem to solve, forget them. They are not worth the time, money and effort that you've got to put into them to convince them in the first place that the problem exists. So if a company says to you, I don't need a website, well, then they're not even at that point. They haven't even made the decision that they do or don't want a website, because it hasn't even entered their mind that a website would help their business or a funnel or whatever it might be. Now, I don't try and convince people that funnels are a good idea. I know, and you'll know by doing this course, that they do. The fact that marketers and advertisers around the world use funnels successfully is evidence. So we know that funnels work. But there are people who aren't even aware of funnels, and the time it will take for me to educate people that having a funnel is a good idea is not worth it. I would rather focus on other people who are further up the levels of awareness. So forget the people who don't even appreciate or have thought about the fact they have a problem. They're unaware, forget them. Problem aware, right, they know they have a problem. They want to give up smoking, they want to give up drinking, they want to lose weight, they want to get a better job, they want to build a website, they want to. A business is aware that they need more customers. We all sit in that boat, we're all aware that we need more customers. That's all they know. They know the problem exists. They're panicking. So if I'm a website builder, I want to find people in this category who are aware that they have a problem. Not the problem that they want a website, that's the solution. The problem is that they don't get enough customers. So let me talk about funnels again. Customers who are aware they don't get enough customers online, they need a solution. Now I know that a good high converting funnel will do that. There's objective stats that prove it, so I don't need to convince people. What I need to say to these people who are problem aware is that in education, I need to say to them, look, you want more customers, I have a solution. But what I need to do at this point is acknowledge their problem. I mustn't go in with a hard sell. Again, a common mistake with people is that they go straight in with the sell. Oh, you haven't got enough customers, you want a website. Well, they're not ready yet. They're not ready to accept that that is the solution. What you have to go in and say is, you don't have enough customers. I understand you don't have enough customers. You need more customers because you need more income. You need more income to cover your overhead. You need to pay your staff. Blah blah. I need to give them empathy that the problem exists. Then, when I've spoken to them and acknowledged that their problem exists, and they understand that I understand their problem exists, then I can offer them with a solution, and I can then lead them to say, now we both agree and understand the problems that you face. I have the solution. And you can see immediately, psychologically, that is going to be so much more powerful. You know, if you're talking to me about what you offer and you come straight at me and say, I see your problem, this is what you want. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to back up. I'm not, you're pushing it. I don't want to know. But if you can discuss my problem with me and make me understand that you understand, when you then say, and here's the solution, I'm on the way. I literally yesterday bought a pair of shoes. I went in to get a pair of shoes. I didn't want anything fancy, cheap pair of shoes. Went into department store, and picked up some shoes and thought these will do. The lady, a very good salesperson, good in that she was helpful. She was actually a professor in mathematics, believe it or not, and she ended up working in a shop selling shoes, but she knew all about the mathematics of the shape of a foot and the arch and all of this stuff, and I learned so much, and she told me about it because she understood the problems I face. It's a true story. Problems I face with shoes that crease when I bend my foot, and she said, do your shoes crease? Yes, they do. It was actually a problem I didn't even know existed. She gave me I was actually unaware of that problem, to be blunt. But she understood the way that shoes crease, and she said, well, that's because of the shape of your shoe. When you buy a shoe, you need to have it so that the shoe fits the shape of your foot so that you don't get the creases, and so on. And she went on to other bits and pieces and educated me about the problem that I faced, so that when she then said, and this, sir, are the shoes that you want, and brought me the selection of shoes that would fit me better, I was sold. I was already sold. I was whatever she suggested, I was all ears, because I trusted her, because she had talked about my problems before she gave me the solution. That's a true story from yesterday. So when people are aware of the problem but not the solution, work with them on the problem, gain their confidence and trust, and then broach the solution. That's number 2. Number 3, solution aware. These are the people who they've acknowledged they want a website, they've done their research, they know that a website is the solution. They don't know which website, but they know that they want a website. And this is what you see all the time on social media. Can anybody recommend me someone who builds websites? These people have come to the conclusion that their problem is customers, their chosen solution is website, whether that's right or wrong, and they're asking for people for recommendations. They're now looking to choose somebody with the right solution. And then I come in and say, you don't want a website, you want a funnel. But that's another story. So using that example, People are aware, they've chosen the solution, but they have not chosen the supplier. This is where you need to come in now, and you need to say, this is why you need me. You don't need to talk about the problem because they've made the choice. They've chosen a product that you can provide. Now you need to be able to say, you want me. You want me because I've done it with 20 other people just like you. You may have seen me talk about, if you follow these videos, about the accountant who focused on circus acrobats. So the circus acrobats wanted an accountant. So when he stood up and said, I focus on circus acrobats accounting, that's the reason why they were going to go with him, and that's why he succeeded, and that's why he went on to do landscape gardeners and so on, because he was focusing. And he could stand up from the crowd of accountants and say, I focus on people like you. So solution aware people, when your customer is aware of the solution, it's a solution you can offer, you need to talk about you and why you are the best provider. You don't need to convince them. Do not try and convince them why they got a problem, why your solution is the website. They don't need that. They need to choose you. Okay. Number 4, product aware. Well, now we're really getting warm. They know the problem, they know the solution, and they're looking at you. They're aware of your product or service. They like you. They've done their research. You've answered some questions. You've talked about the bits and pieces. Maybe you pulled them through the level of awareness. Maybe you discussed the problem. Maybe you offered the solution. Now they've done their research, done a bit of Googling, like everybody does these days. Now they're sitting on the fence. These are we talk about the mass desires. These are the people who are sitting on the fence. Do I buy an iPod? I like the iPod. It's great, but it's a bit expensive. Now, as I sit here, we're a couple of weeks away from good old Black Friday. So, the offers, people are waiting for the offers. They're waiting for a decision to be made. This is where you can now empathise with them and give them a reason to buy from you. Don't be afraid of your sales value ladder. This is where you can offer them a deal and start. Remember, your lifetime value, which we're going to cover, is what people are really, really worth to you. It's not that first buy, it's the total buy. So, empathise with them, give them a reason. They've chosen you, they just need a reason to convert. You can, if you want, do a deal, or you can offer a discount. This is the quickest way. We will talk about the types of customers next. So I pause on that point and say, watch the next video before you jump in and start throwing discount vouchers all over the place. But it is a good way to do it. Far better, rather than bringing down the value of your offer, or value of your product by making it cheaper, is to value stack it. If you go with me, I will also give you, and it's probably something that doesn't cost you anything, but to them it's worth a lot. So choose me right now, and I will give you blah. Double glazing window salesman, the best example. They come to your house, you're on the fence, you say, I'm not sure, and they say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you your back windows for free if you buy your front windows. They knew all along they were going to do that, but it gave you the reason, that incentive. Another great way, social proof, testimonials. Show them what other people have done when they chose you and why they chose you. These are the ways that you can give people that little push to move them into buying with you. Simple as that. These people are hot for conversion. I love product aware people because they come to me and say, I've looked at T4S, I'm not sure, why should I not build my own website? And it's the easiest thing in the world. Well, you can build your own website if you've got hours to spend and money to spend and designers and developers and all that. Fine, go for it. Or for the price of a takeaway a month, you can have everything done for you. So go for T4S.site. Why else wouldn't you do it? And knock down those barriers. Why else wouldn't you buy from me? And they'll give you a reason, and you counter, and they'll give you another reason. Eventually, they will run out of reasons, and then you can say, look, let's do the deal right now. Let's shake hands, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw in X. So not bringing the value down by the price, increasing the value, but keeping the price and converting those product-aware people. Hot potatoes, product-aware people. And finally, the lovely people. These are the people. These are your loyal customers. These people are people who have given you money for something already. As long as you don't disappoint them, you can keep giving them more. Whether it's courses, whether it's upgrades, whether it's upsells, downsells, cross, whatever it might be. As long as you keep delivering, these people will love you. And the reason why you want to treat these people like royalty is because they will sell for you. These people are your advocates. On social media, they will recommend you. Down the pub, they'll talk about you. These are the people, if you keep them on your side and treat them well, they will be your unpaid sales force. They're the wonderful people. Just keep them happy and always deliver. And if you can, always over-deliver. So they're the 5 stages of awareness. So what next? Step back and consider your target audience. They will not all be at the same level. You need to now work out how you can filter. And funnels are a brilliant way at filtering out. And on the next video, we'll talk about the 4 types of customer, which ties in with this absolutely spot on, because we want to filter out the people that we don't want. We don't want to have to convince people. How many phone calls and emails could you send in the hours that you spend chatting on social media with that one customer, when you could be writing content or throwing out emails or picking up the phone or whatever it might be to other people higher up the stages of awareness? Learn to question every customer. How aware are they? What should I be doing? What is the message that I now need to give? And this is why we don't have one funnel. Funnels, T4S.site has been designed so you can create funnels very quickly, and you can create one and duplicate it again and tweak the message very quickly. We don't want to waste time building funnels. We want to be out there converting. So you can create a funnel, duplicate the landing page and tweak the message depending on where they are, and then send the appropriate traffic to each landing page, because they will convert more. They will be at different places in your sales value ladder. The higher up they are, the far more likely they are to be aware of you, even the most loyal. You know, the 5th stage of awareness. Those people up in the inner circle are your gold dust. So push people up your sales value ladder, educate them, empathize with their problem, offer them a solution when you've got their trust. When you've got your trust, you can then give them a reason to buy from you. Empathize, understand the problem, give them the solution, give them a reason to buy, and then keep them and grow them. 5 stages of awareness. Understand it. Please do, because this is critical in terms of your message and your positioning within the marketplace. Right, now apply your research. Go back, have a look at your sales value ladder, have a look at your funnels. What can you do in terms of your message? Can you duplicate anything and split them out? I don't need to talk too much now. This is for you to go away and do it. You can wait for the exercise, obviously, in the topic, but this should form part of your psyche. Whenever you're on social media, on email, who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? Is it worth it? And please follow on, I suggest, right away with the next video, which is the 4 types of customer, because they dovetail very, very much so. Okay, so see you on the next video.